Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the June board meeting for the Austin Peay State University Board of Trustees. Welcome to my fellow trustees and certainly Dr. Licari, but also welcome to those of you who are joining us today. At this time, Secretary, please call the roll.
In accordance with Tennessee Code 8-44-108, Section C3, I have two questions to ask for those who are participating via electronic means. If you could answer for the record as I call the roll. Are you able to hear us clearly so that you can participate in this meeting? And please identify any persons present in the room with you. For those in person, you may just say you are present. Trustee Atkins.
Present.
Trustee Canada. Present. Trustee Howard. Present. Trustee Jenkins.
Present.
Trustee Luck.
Present, no one in the room with me.
Trustee May.
Present.
Trustee McInnes. Present. Trustee Mealer.
Present.
Trustee O'Malley.
Present.
Trustee Wadia.
Present.
Thank you, McCartney. We have a quorum. Before we get started, I want to welcome a new member and say thank you and to a couple of members of the board who are leaving. So the first bit of business is to welcome Molly Howard. Molly is our student trustee. This is her first meeting. As all of us know, it's a really big deal, Molly, for what you've accomplished to have that seat. It's very competitive and it's always a difficult choice for us. I know we came up with the right choice. But before we move on, why don't you take just a minute and tell us a little bit about your background and yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Molly Howard. I came to Austin Peay from Akron, Ohio area, and I run cross country and track for the university. So, and then I'm also a nursing major in Austin Peay's nursing program. So I just love it. I love Clarksville, and I'm really grateful to be here and be able to participate in this meeting with all of you. So thank you.
Thanks, Molly. Welcome to the group. And then kind of sadly, we have to say goodbye. This is the last meeting for two of our board members. The first is Dr. Mickey Wadia, and Mickey, just a couple of comments. I've, especially during our search committee, our shared duty on the presidential search committee, the past summer and fall, all of us, I think, me in particular, have really grown to have a great respect for you, for how articulate you are, and what a great advocate you have always been for Austin Peay students and all things Austin Peay. You're going to be missed greatly, and the good news is you're still on campus and we'll be here to help us. But thank you for all your service.
Thank you.
And then lastly, there's a gentleman who's in Florida today. I'm looking at him on the screen. Hello, General Luck. Welcome officially. You have been somebody that it's really been a privilege to work with. When I first found out that there was going to be a 4-star general on the board, I was ready to, certainly defer to you in terms of this seat. But it's been a pleasure and an honor serving with you. No one's been a better advocate for our military students and all things military at Austin Peay than you have. The good news is that I understand that you'll continue to be in a role at Austin Peay going forward. So thank you for all your service, General Luck, and Godspeed in your future, and enjoy Florida while you're down there. So thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, Mike, very much. I guess why don't I just read this letter I wrote to Governor Lee, and that pretty much explains where I'm at. And of course, I've already gone over it with you and President Licari. Dear Governor Lee, it has been my absolute pleasure to serve on the Austin Peay State University Board of Trustees since the Focus Act called the inaugural board to be established. Recently, my family and I have moved from Clarksville, Tennessee to Niceville, Florida, As a result, it has become more challenging to remain as engaged as I would like to be, or is involved to the extent that this magnificent university deserves. Therefore, I respectfully submit my resignation from the board effectively 1 July 2021. Thank you for the opportunity to serve Tennessee higher education and Austin Peay State University. The university plays a vital role to Clarksville and surrounding communities, as well as for the military population that calls Fort Campbell home. It has been an honor to be affiliated with such an esteemed group of people. I wish you, the great state of Tennessee, Austin Peay State University, and its superlative Board of Regents and trustees, the very best. Thank you very much for allowing me to say this, Mike.
Well, you're very welcome, General Luck, and what a beautiful letter. So thank you very much.
Yeah, there's no way to find out how much this term general means until you get down living with your family and your dog. They kind of let you know differently.
I don't know, General Luck, if you could see anybody but me in that view, but the entire room was standing and applauding for you. So,
Well, thank you. I don't deserve that, but I appreciate it.
so as we move on, please note that there are items on your agenda that need to be adopted. Before I call for a vote, are there any items that you wish to be extracted from the consent agenda? Hearing none, I move for adoption of the agenda, including the consent agenda items. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's moved and seconded. Secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada. Yes. Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McKinnis.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The agenda is adopted. The minutes for the March 19th, 2021 board meeting were circulated in advance. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes? Do we have a motion to approve the minutes then?
So moved.
And
Second.
thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McKinnis.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The minutes are approved. At this time, I'd like to recognize President Licari, who will introduce today's campus spotlight.
Thank you, Chairman O'Malley. Dr. Prentice Chandler is the Dean of the Erickson College of Education at Austin Peay State University. From 2013 to 2017, he served as Associate Director of Teacher Education and Leadership at the University of Cincinnati. Prior to his time at Cincinnati, he was the Department Chair of Secondary Education and an Associate Professor of History and Social Science Education at Athens State University in Alabama. In 2017, he was awarded the Notable Leader in Teacher Education Award from the Alabama Association of Teacher Educators. In 2019, he was named as a fellow for Deans for Impact, a national nonprofit that strives to better prepare teachers for 21st century classrooms. This summer, his 5th book was just released, Rethinking School-University Partnerships, A New Way Forward. Inspired by his work with CMCSS, it examines how colleges of education can work proactively with their school partners to solve persistent problems in teacher education. Dr. Chandler earned his bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of North Alabama and his ES and PhD from the University of Alabama. Dr. Sherry Prosser joined the Austin Peay in fall of 2019 and has served as the doctoral coordinator for 1.5 years. Before coming to Austin Peay, she was visiting faculty for the Johns Hopkins University online EDD program for 3 years and started chairing dissertations with their 2014 cohort. Prior to her time at Johns Hopkins, Dr. Prosser spent 14 years in public schools as an elementary special education teacher, a middle grades mathematics teacher, and a first year teacher mentor and evaluator. She's received her bachelor's and master's in special education from the University of Florida, returning 12 years later to earn her PhD in curriculum and instruction with an emphasis in mathematics education. So, Dr. Chandler, Dr. Prosser, we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, President LaCar. Good afternoon. Thank you for that introduction. And thank you to the Board of Trustees for an invitation to speak to you all today. I'm Prentice Chandler, Dean of the College of Education, and both Dr. Prosser and I are very excited to share some of the great things happening in the College of Education. I got an email the other day, and in the email signature, someone had put, "It's a great day to be a Gov." Some of y'all have seen that. In this place, in this time with all of you, this is one of those days, a good day at the university. I addressed the board back in 2019 to talk about the partnership that we have with Clarksville Montgomery County and our program called the Early Learning Teacher Residency. Because of that work, the state of Tennessee has provided grants to fund similar programs across the state to fill high needs licensure areas. That talk that I gave that day was sort of to brag on the innovations that we had going on with the school districts. Today's talk is very similar. There's a brag in today's talk, but today's is more looking at how we can do this good work in terms of leadership programs. Teacher education and leadership education are often delivered in tandem, and so the good news we have today is a long leadership program. One of the first questions I asked our previous president and provost when I got here was, what would it look like if our programs were designed to not only just be delivered, but to change the way education occurs in the state of Tennessee? The program that we have with CMCSS and the stuff that we have to share with you today is within that vein of thinking. In many ways, teacher education and leadership education in this country is at a crossroads. I think it's at a crossroads because of the political nature of both, the political nature of universities. But we can never lose sight of the fact that the most important thing that we do, the reason we are here, is to make sure that children get educated. We've created the way things look. We've created the structures of how things are supposed to operate. And when those things don't work, we should change them. And of course, that's where leadership comes in. And of course, today we're here to talk about the very first doctoral program in APSU history, the Doctor of Education and Educational Leadership. When I arrived in 2017 as the new dean, getting this program was my very first task. I was immediately given hundreds of pages of documentation that made absolutely no sense to me. 4 years later, we have our first graduates. This degree will and has already changed the trajectory of our university. We are different because of this degree. Within this program, we educate leaders who will go into school settings to solve problems. I don't know if you've paid much attention to the news. We've got a lot of problems that need fixing. We train reflective practitioners who at the end of the day, we hope will make the world a better place by educating children. And again, if you missed this memo, the research on this is also clear that organizations rise and fall with leadership. And so this is a very important degree. Here in the College of Education at Austin Peay, if we didn't know before, we know now. We are in the business of preparing the next generation of education leaders. Before I turn things over to Dr. Prosser, I want to introduce some key people who are here with me today and then run down a list of thank yous because the list is like 50 people. I'm not going to go through all of those. With me today are Dr. Lisa Barron, the Associate Dean and Director of Teacher Education, and Dr. John McConnell, the Department Chair of Ed Specialties. Applause for them. Are two of our exceptional leaders in the college. We have many leaders, but they are two of the top leaders in the college that help me run the thing. Some thank yous, Dr. John McConnell and Dr. Gary Stewart. They were the first people to come to me in 2017 and help me learn the ropes. So I can't thank you enough for that. Dr. Chad Brooks, the Dean of the Graduate College, for helping me to navigate graduate regulations and policies. Dr. Lynn Crosby, Senior Vice Provost and Associate VP for Academic Affairs. She's responsible for the accreditation stuff, which I'm glad she knows how to do it because I call her all the time. A thank you to the previous president and provost for supporting not only this new program, but a very new and rookie dean. Thank you to President LaCar and Provost Cronley for their support, continued support of this program. Within a week or so of them starting both of their positions, we had conversations about how to make this program better and more responsive to our students. And then last but not least, our next speaker, Dr. Sherry Prosser. who is our current program coordinator, for her tireless efforts to improve the program and streamline our process. Again, it's already been introduced, but when she came to us from Johns Hopkins, I had to do like a double take to make sure we had actually hired her, because she has come in and hit the ground running, and we are much better than we were in 2017. So thank you to Dr. Prosser. And with that, I will turn it over for the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I'm going to set a timer because I want to respect your time. So, these slides, yes. All right, we know that. Okay, so our EDD program is a 3-year cohort-based online, predominantly online program. We have 4 courses that we're going to move toward online by fall 2022. Our students can choose specializations in K-12 leadership, which is something our college has had plenty of experience in, higher education administration, and also nursing education. So I've been collaborating with the College of Nursing on that. It's been very exciting. So Austin P is a member of the Carnegie Project on the Education Doctorate, which is an international consortium on elevating EDD programs. And we lean on them quite a bit for design and ideas and conference attendance and such. Okay, so this slide helps to explain how applied dissertations in an EDD program may differ from traditional PhD dissertations, which most people are more familiar with. The rigor and components of the dissertation are very similar. The main difference is that applied dissertations seek to solve a problem of practice instead of being more theoretically based. For example, I was on a Zoom meeting this morning with Victor Feltz and one of our EDD students. So the APSU G1 Gov program is relatively new, and I think there's a slight pause because of the pandemic, along with lots of things that are slightly paused. But she is going to collaborate with their steering committee to plan a needs assessment study to determine what resources our first-gen students have accessed, as well as what they think they might want to access. So that's an example of that embedded work. Yes. All right, so when I arrived in fall of 19, the doctoral steering committee met every week, including Dr. Chandler on many occasions. And to kind of debrief what was going on with the previous year, how that cohort was going, what changes maybe we needed to make moving forward. And all of our EDD dissertations are chaired by doctoral faculty. So this table, I'm proud of. This table shares the progress that we've made in recruiting students from underrepresented populations into our EDD program. This is part of a college-wide initiative under the leadership of Dr. Chandler to increase educator diversity. We've also done quite a bit of work with the Tennessee Educators of Color Alliance. Progress is being made. So last year, here are a few of last year's highlights. So the first thing you probably likely are not familiar with, but the AACTE Home Scholars Program provides support for graduate education students who self-identify as racially and ethnically diverse. The nurse educator specialization mentioned earlier has garnered a lot of interest in the few months that it's been advertised. It was just approved by the university recently. And I really think that could grow into its own program down the road. All right, and I've had monthly recruitment webinars in the fall to let people know about the program because it is new and even local students do not know about it. All right, so we are so very proud of Dr. Sarah Duggar, our first graduate in the spring of 2021. We created and added a multicultural leadership course as part of the required core this spring, and it was quite impactful. As for their final assignment, the students had to do an equity audit of their workplace, and it was very, very interesting and telling. It was great. And we have also started to offer some so we now have 3 cohorts, and we've been able to offer cross-cohort experiences that kind of help their work as scholar practitioners, and we hope to have more of those. So one was done with one of our SASE grants that we have. So keep those coming. The students really enjoyed that. Oh, and Dr. Lakari was there. He was at that one. So yeah. Okay, so so a little bit about enrollment, right? It's always a concern. So we have our original MAD in Educational Leadership Studies. That's a principal licensure program that we have. And that has routinely had about 20 students enroll every year, or a total of 20 students enrolled in that program. So we have had, the Tennessee DOE has renewed funding for 3 additional years. So next year and 2 years after that. Next year, we'll have 110 students roughly enroll in this program, and they'll be completely funded. And then the following 2 years will be approximately 80, in addition to our traditional MAED students. So the unintended consequences of that, so we have statewide marketing. So this first year, our students came from East and West Tennessee. So this program had to go totally online, which was a good thing. And so East and West Tennessee, the next 3 cohorts will be all across the state. And that helps with marketing, getting the word out about how awesome APSU is. And also those students then become, there's like a feeder program into our EDT. So really excited about that. I'm very thankful. So 2021, what we have coming up is, so the university, if anyone here from the University Curriculum Committee, they can attest that we've been very, very busy with our own problem of practice in redesigning the core requirements and shifting some of those K-12 courses to a specialization, to electives, and creating courses that, really help our students with their work as scholar practitioners. And so I'm really glad to see you guys have monitors right there in front of you, because this is a teeny tiny slide to read, but it basically shows our course sequence. Most of the courses are done in the first 2 years, which is fairly typical of PhD or EDD programs. Their electives are taken in the summer, and their dissertation work is done in that 3rd year. They're assigned, they choose / are assigned a dissertation chair and committee midway through their 2nd year, and that person runs with it. Okay, so I was in Dr. Chad Brooks' office yesterday with Dr. McConnell, and he had a wonderful kind of wish list manifestation board. I'm not sure which, but I'm like, we need one of those. So here's some things that we're looking forward to, so taking our current online courses and having them QM certified. So it's Quality Matters. It's an online certification for quality. And we have 4 courses that are either hybrid or face-to-face. We want to eventually move those online in time for the 2022 cohort. And Dr. Chandler is working on some technology for one of the rooms to add video and audio to make that one so that students can join that class remotely, because it's statistics and a lot of students don't want to take that online, which is understandable. All right, so and then we hope to, if we get one more, we need methodologists. So if we can get another faculty member to teach some methodology courses and also to chair all of these dissertations that we have going on now, then we can, our cohort is currently 15 students per year, and with one more faculty member, we could double that actually. So it's exciting. And beyond 5 years, so we would need a big manifestation. Beyond 5 years, we're hoping that a lot of students call and ask about funding, and we don't have fellowships and that sort of things, but if they can have graduate assistantships or scholarships specific to graduate students or even EDD students. So the Home Scholar is one of those things that we're working on. And then also, I really hope, so I was very happy that in speaking to Victor Feltz this morning, that we're collaborating, because I see so many opportunities for our EDD students to help Austin P. And a number of our EDD students actually work here, they're staff and a couple of faculty actually. So yeah, so both with COE and non-COE departments across campus. So I took a call this morning from a student who she got her undergrad here in agricultural education, went to Murray State, I think, for her master's, but she's interested in the EDD program. And I was telling her about our Center for Rural Education, and that would just be a perfect match. There's so much that we all want, probably all of us want to do, and we just do not have the bandwidth. We don't have the time, we don't, but yes, but all these problems of practice, I mean, it's a win-win. And yeah, and I think that having that, our next step would be then to add an actual major in higher ed administration, because as you'll see, I think on the next slide, our enrollment has definitely shifted toward, you can see this incoming cohort, 5 are from K-12 contexts, including the one that's nonprofit, and 12 of those are in higher ed. And I will say, which was so exciting, because the last 3 years we've been admitting students up through August, and our cohort was full before the end of April. So we are busting at the seams, but we capped it a little bit ahead just in case some people don't, show up. Sometimes, events happen out of people's, they can't help their circumstances, and so they may not actually enroll in fall. So here's what we would like to consider is taking the specializations and making them majors, for example, and then also, we have the Jack Hunt STEM Center at the College of Education, and we have 2 fairly new master's programs, great feeders into, we're looking at maybe a PhD instead of just an EDD. So having a STEM leadership and also a PhD program in higher ed administration. There's a lot of call for that because there are not that many higher ed administration doctorates, particularly in the area. So that's what we're looking forward. Oh, and my thank you. So I would like to thank a few individuals who've been instrumental to the work of the EDD. So even though Dr. Chandler explained he was not here when the program first started, or first was proposed rather, I have no words to express my gratitude for his support. And we could not have accomplished at all what we have accomplished in the last 2 years that I've been here without his guidance and mentorship. My first year faculty mentor is Dr. John McConnell, who's now my department chair. And also I'd like to thank, so APSU has a wonderful first year faculty program. I call it New Faculty Boot Camp. And it is great. And my first year faculty mentor with that program was Dr. Marcus Hayes. Amazing, amazing, amazing. He just wonderful. College of Grad Studies too. They're very supportive, especially Tim Leschek. He, many questions I had for him because I had to come in and learn not just APSU, but APSU's, graduate policies, the doctoral program, all these things. It was just so new to me. And he was very helpful. Last but not least, Jasmine O'Brien. So many questions, and she is always very, very quick to respond to me and help me. And it's just been wonderful to have the support that I've had. And it's been very exciting to see this program grow and blossom. So thank you.
Thank you very much for a great presentation. We don't get to see a lot of what goes on behind the scenes at Austin P, and these campus spotlights are really helpful for me, for all of us, I think, to kind of really peel some of the layers back and see the great work and the professional people and smart people and all the stuff that you guys are doing that help make Austin P such a great university. So thanks for a really good presentation and for all the work you're doing. Any other questions or comments anybody has?
O'Malley,
Yes.
can I make one comment?
Yes.
I just want to say that I want to add my thanks to Dean Chandler and to the whole team that presented today. These are an amazing group of faculty and academic leaders. And I think they're just one example of some of the amazing things that we're doing for our students here at Austin P. And I'm just thrilled and excited to continue to see the program grow. And it was exciting. I was privileged to, as the new provost, to get to welcome their first graduate of the program as she walked across the stage this spring. So more to come, more great things to come out of the College of Education.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all for being here. It was great. Good job.
Thank you.
Any other before we move on? Okay. I'd now like to recognize Trustee Mueller, Chair of the Academic Affairs Committee, to give us a report on the committee's meeting yesterday.
Thank you for the opportunity to present my report from this morning's Academic Affairs Committee meeting. The committee reviewed and approved the following action item, which is on the agenda for your approval today. Tenure upon appointment for Dr. Valerie Leak. The committee reviewed and approved the following action item, which was on the board consent agenda today. Revisions to policy 1:027, general education requirements and degree requirements. Provost Maria Conley presented 3 information items related to P3 coaching and student success initiatives grants, the Center for Advancement of Faculty Excellence, referred to as the CAFE, and fall semester plans. That concludes my report. I move that the board approve the minutes of the June 4th Academic Affairs Committee as written.
Thank you, General Mueller. Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt the minutes of the Academic Affairs Committee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins,
Yes.
trustee Canada,
Yes.
trustee Jenkins,
Yes.
trustee Luck. Trustee Luck, you're muted.
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee May,
Yes.
trustee McInnes,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes.
trustee O'Malley,
Yes,
trustee Wadia,
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The minutes are approved. Trustee Mueller's report contained an action item that we need to consider as a full board. Trustee Mueller, do you have a motion for us?
Yes, you have before you the information regarding the tenure upon appointment for Dr. Valerie Leak. By direction of the committee, I move that the board approve tenure upon appointment for Dr. Valerie Leak.
Thank you. And because it's a motion of the committee, we don't need a second. You have heard the motion to approve tenure upon appointment for Dr. Valerie Leak. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins,
Yes.
trustee Canada,
Yes.
trustee Jenkins,
Yes.
trustee Luck,
Yes.
trustee May,
Yes.
trustee McInnes,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes.
trustee O'Malley,
Yes,
trustee Wadia,
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The motion carries. And thank you, trustee Mueller, and congratulations to Dr. Leak. That probably is deserving of some applause, I guess. I'd now like to recognize trustee Jenkins, chair of the Student Affairs Committee, to give us a report of the committee meeting that we held this morning.
Thank you, Chairman Raleigh, for the opportunity to present my report from this morning's Student Affairs Committee meeting. The committee reviewed and approved the following action items. Student orientation conduct and corrective actions role. This item will be presented to you for action in today's meeting. The committee reviewed the following information items: reopening and reengaging of campus, low ropes course. That concludes my report. I move that the board approve the minutes of the June 4th Student Affairs Committee.
Thank you, Don. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded that we adopt the minutes of the Student Affairs Committee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McInnes.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia,
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The minutes are approved. Trustee Jenkins' report contained one action item that we need to consider as a full board. Trustee Jenkins, do you have a motion for us?
Yes. You have before you the information regarding the student organization conduct and corrective actions rule. By direction of the committee, I move that we approve the student organization conduct and corrective actions rule, including authorizing the president and his designees to make any technical or minor corrections to the rule, including changes required by the Attorney General's office or the Government Operations Committee after review.
Thank you, Don. You've heard the motion to approve the student and student organization conduct and corrective actions rule. Is there any discussion? Secretary, hearing none, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McInnes.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia,
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The motion carries. Thank you, trustee Jenkins. I'd now like to recognize trustee Canada, chair of the audit committee, to give us a report of her committee meeting this morning.
Thank you, Chairman O'Malley. The audit committee reviewed and approved one action item, which was the internal audit plan for fiscal year 2022. The audit committee listened to presentations regarding the following information items. The first was the internal audit reports released between February 23rd of 2021 and May 10th of 2021. With a list of outstanding audit recommendations. And the second informational item was a client satisfaction survey for calendar year 2020, which the audit team passed with flying colors. Nice job to you all. That concludes my report, and I move that we approve the minutes of the audit committee meeting held June 1st, 2021 as written.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
been moved and seconded that we adopt the minutes of the audit committee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McInnes.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The minutes are approved, and thank you, Catherine. For your report. I recognize now Trustee Atkins, Chair of the Business and Finance Committee, to give us a report of their committee meeting this morning.
Thank you, Chairman O'Malley. Appreciate the opportunity to present my report from the morning's Business and Finance Committee meeting. The committee reviewed and approved the following action items. A, consideration of tuition and mandatory fee increases for the 2021-2022 academic year. B, consideration of the estimated budget for the 2020 through the 2021 fiscal year and the proposed budget for the 2021 and 2022 fiscal year. And C, consideration of capital outlay and maintenance requests for the 2022 and 2023 fiscal year. These items will be presented for your review and action in a few minutes. The committee also reviewed the university's organizational chart and recent personnel changes was discussed. That concludes my report, Mr. Chairman. I move that the board approve the minutes of the June 4th Business and Finance Board as written.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. We adopt the minutes of the Business and Finance Committee meeting. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada. Yes. Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McInnes.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The minutes are approved. Trustee Atkins' report contained action items that we need to consider as a full board. Trustee Atkins, do you have a motion for us?
Yes, board members, you have before you a copy of the tuition and mandatory fee increases for the 2021-2022 academic year. On the direction of the committee, I move to approve the tuition and mandatory fee increases for the 2021 and 2022 academic year.
You have heard the motion on the approval of the tuition and mandatory fee increases for the 2021-22 academic year. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McInnes.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The motion carries. Trustee Atkins Trustee Atkins, back to you.
Trustees, you have before you a copy of the estimated budget for the 2020-2021 fiscal year and the proposed budget for the 2021-2022 fiscal year. With direction of the committee, I move to approve the estimated budget for the 2020-2021 fiscal year and proposed budget for the 2021-2022 fiscal year.
Thank you. You've heard the motion on the approval of the estimated budget for the 2020-21 fiscal year, and the proposed budget for the 21-22 fiscal year. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McInnes.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
the motion carries.
Okay. Also, trustees, you have before you a copy of the capital outlay and maintenance request for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. In the direction of the committee, I move to approve the capital outlay and maintenance request for the 2022-2023 fiscal year.
Thank you. You've heard the motion on the approval of the capital outlay and maintenance requests for the 2022-23 fiscal year. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McInnes.
Yes.
Trustee Miller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The motion carries, and thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Dylan. And thank you now for the opportunity to present my report from this morning's executive committee meeting. The committee reviewed and approved the following action items. We considered the Title IX compliance permanent rule and consideration of the access to public records permanent rule. These items will be presented for your review and action after the approval of the executive committee minutes. That concludes my report. I move that the board approve the minutes for the June 4th executive committee as written. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that we adopt the minutes of the executive committee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, call the roll.
Trustee Atkins,
Yes.
trustee Canada,
Yes.
trustee Jenkins,
Yes.
trustee Luck,
Yes.
trustee May,
Yes.
trustee McInnes,
Yes.
trustee Mueller,
Yes.
trustee O'Malley,
Yes,
trustee Wadia,
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The minutes are approved. You have before you a copy of the Title IX compliance rule. By direction of the committee, I move the board approve the Title IX compliance rule, including authorizing the president and his designees to make any technical or minor corrections to that rule, including changes required by the Attorney General's office or the Government Operations Committee after review. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck,
Yes.
trustee May,
Yes.
trustee McInnes,
Yes.
trustee Mueller,
Yes.
trustee O'Malley,
Yes,
trustee Wadia,
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. You also have before you a copy of the access to public records rule. By direction of the committee, I move that the board approve the access to public records rule, including authorizing the president and his designees to make any technical or minor corrections to the rule, including changes required by the Attorney General's office or the Government Operations Committee after their review. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck,
Yep.
trustee May,
Yes.
trustee McInnes,
Yes.
trustee Mueller,
Yes.
trustee O'Malley,
Yes,
trustee Wadia,
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you very much. We're also being asked today to approve several awards to individuals who have demonstrated their commitment to Austin P. I'd like to introduce Chris Phillips, Vice President for Advancement, to provide information on these awards. Chris?
Thank you, Chairman O'Malley. It's my pleasure to present the 3 recommendations for the annual Board of Trustee Awards, including the Philanthropist of the Year, the Govs who lead through military service, and the Govs who lead through service. Each year, a public call for nominations and a committee meets to select a recommendation based on specific criteria for each award. Once elected, the recipients will receive their awards at various Austin P events throughout the year. This year's recommendation for Philanthropist of the Year is the Band Foundation. The Band Foundation is a US-based private family foundation that makes grants in the support of nature conservation based in Washington, DC. The foundation strives to back visionary individuals and institutions while promoting science-based solutions and being catalysts for additional funding to operate in a collaborative, adaptive, and risk-tolerant manner. The 2 recipients representing the Band Foundation that we're recommending today to receive the award are Clark Mitchell, Secretary, and Nick Lapham, the founding member of the Band Foundation. And to give you a little background, a chance invitation to the 2016 Mid-South Prairie Symposium at Austin Peay State University sparked Clark Mitchell's interest in the Southeastern Grasslands Initiative, better known as SGI, a collaboration of leaders in international biodiversity conservation led by the Austin Peay State University Center of Excellence for Field Biology. At the time of the symposium, his organization was seeking to invest in an upstart conservation organization that would be the catalyst to a conservation movement. With an initial $20,000 planning grant in 2016, the Band Foundation instructed SGI Executive Director Dwayne Estes to create a multi-year plan and, quote, dared him to dream. Well, he did, and they backed him up. As of today, the Band Foundation's support of SGI is well over $1 million in matching challenges since 2017, which has established the SGI as one of the most important conservation movements in the southeastern United States. Assistance from the Band Foundation provided unrestricted dollars that allowed our SGI staff to travel to 65 different destinations, speaking to over 10,000 people, individuals, and agencies over the past 5 years. SGI has grown to 12 staff members and 3 graduate assistants in 23 states, with each of those individuals having some portion of their position funded by grants from the Band Foundation. These individuals protect grassland remnants and develop grassland projects in multiple states through partnerships with various public and private entities such as the Tennessee Valley Authority, Google, North Carolina Botanical Gardens, Dunbar Cave in the city of Clarksville, Davidson County National Parks Department, Bill and Tracy Frist, Norfolk Railroad Foundation, and the Lyndhurst Foundation, just to name a few. Recently, the work of SGI was featured in the Yale Environment 360, a publication of Yale University. Negotiations are currently underway for SGI to be a feature in this fall's edition of National Geographic magazine. The growth and opportunities of SGI would not have been possible without the support of the Band Foundation. Next, I would like to present Govs Who Lead Through Military Service Award to Joe Shakinab. Joe currently serves as the Austin Peay State University Military Alumni Chapter President, busy because he's also the president of the National Alumni Association. After completing high school in 1982, Mr. Shakinab enlisted in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger. From there, he went on to serve in the 5th Special Forces Group. He's a 28-year military veteran who served extensively in the Middle East and in the Horn of Africa, where he participated in, directed, and supported numerous operations. He retired as Chief Warrant Officer 4 in 2010. Since then, Joe has been busy as a professional trainer and speaker. Shakinab received his bachelor's degree in public management, in 2004, and his master's degree in strategic leadership with honors in 2014, both from Austin Peay. He's completed many military schools and has received numerous awards and decorations, both military and civilian. Since 2014, Joe's leadership and passion with the APSU Military Alumni Chapter has produced four endowed scholarships. He has served as a vice president, president-elect, and now the president of the Alumni Association. In this role, he continues to promote the mission of Austin Peay, the Alumni Association, and the Alumni Office. Additionally, he supports many various programs at our APSU Wilbert and Daniel African American Culture Center. And just last week, Joe established the Joe Shakinab Achievers and Scholars Endowment at Austin Peay to assist young scholars along their educational journey. And finally, the Govs Who Lead Through Service Award. It's an honor to recommend that we honor the 2021 Austin Peay State University Candlelight Ball co-chairs in the committee led by Catherine Minningham and Kayla Morgan. In both 2020 and 2021, the Austin Peay Candlelight Ball co-chairs, both volunteers, have persevered through the effects of COVID-19's pandemic to host a successful virtual event in place of the traditional in-person ball. Both Minningham and Morgan have tirelessly worked through more challenges than any other co-chairs have in the 37-year history of this event. In 2019 and into 2020, Minningham assisted then co-chair Andrea Herrera, along with Morgan and the rest of the Candlelight Ball Committee. They organized the most successful Candlelight Ball to the date. In fact, many of you were there. The group helped raise and continues to raise more funds than we've ever had in our history at that event, with 650 people at the actual ball. The following year, Minningham and Morgan were set to raise the roof even further. And they did that until we found out we were not able to do another event in 2021 due to the COVID pandemic. So they yet again pivoted and did things such as producing a candlelight ball at home party and did a lot of things, including securing underwriters and a very successful online auction, all the money and funds that went to student scholarships. The 2021 Govs Who Lead Service Award goes to Catherine Minningham and Kayla Morgan for their outstanding achievement, as well as the individuals who have served on all Candlelight Ball committees in the previous years of Austin Peay's premier community event. Each year, they continue to raise funding for well-deserved students at Austin Peay State University for the Candlelight Ball Scholarship Endowment. Those are our recommendations.
Thank you, Chris. You've heard the explanation from Mr. Phillips. We will take these as a group. Is there a motion to approve the Band Foundation as the Austin Peay State University Philanthropist of the Year, Joe Shakinab as the recipient of the Govs Who Lead Through Military Service Award, and Catherine Minningham and Kayla Morgan as recipients of the Govs Who Lead Through Service Award? Is there a second?
Second, Chairman.
Thank you. It's moved and seconded that we approve these award recipients. Is there any discussion? I'll just say to begin with that we have the opportunity, the great opportunity and kind of the privilege to approve these award recipients annually. And every year, it seems, we have another exemplary group of individuals who are very deserving of these recognitions. And these three are no less deserving. What a great background each one of them has. So thank you, Chris, for bringing these to us. Any other discussion today? Hearing none. The question is on the approval of the award. Secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada. Yes. Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck. I muted you, Trustee Luck. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
You're muted, Trustee Luck.
I think he said yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McKinnis.
Yes.
Trustee Mailer.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
we think.
We think, yes.
Thank you. The motion carries. We're also being asked today to approve the naming request for the F. Evans Harville Quadrangle. Mr. Phillips will provide information on this naming request.
Absolutely. I am honored to present this request today made by a campus committee appointed in compliance with Austin Peace Policy 7009, naming rooms and areas and building plaques. The campus committee is recommending that the quadrangle in front of the iconic Browning building be named the F. Evans Harville Memorial Quadrangle to honor the alumnus, philanthropist, and Austin Peay advocate who passed away on May 10th at the age of 95. And I will add that this process had already begun before his untimely death. So we certainly are sad that he's not here, but I know that his family will be very excited about this. Evans made significant financial contributions to Austin Peay throughout his lifetime. In fact, one of his estate gifts created back in 1997 was the first of its kind. The university has been able to publicize that gift several times to encourage others to do the same. In 1929, his father, Albert Harville, joined the school's original faculty and was later appointed president of Austin Peay State College. Evans earned his bachelor's degree from Austin Peay in 1947 and received his JD from Vanderbilt University School of Law, and then returned to Clarksville, where he practiced law for many years. He was a past president of the Austin Peay National Alumni Association, served on several Austin Peay State University presidential searches committees, and in 2012, he gave the lead gift that helped launch the Mabry Concert Hall project, which raised more than $500,000 for Austin Peay Fine Arts and named the 600-seat concert hall in the Music Mass Comm building for Doctors George and Sharon Mabry. He established several endowed scholarships for the arts and the President's Emerging Leader Program. He also created scholarships to honor the memory of his late father. In 2004, he was honored with the Tennessee Board of Regents Chancellor Award for Excellence in Philanthropy. In 2017, Evans received the George Mabry Ovation Award in honor of his philanthropy to Austin Peay and its arts program. He also supported Governor athletics and was a mainstay at many games throughout the years. In recognition of this historical significance of his family name at this institution and his lifetime of faithful volunteer service and giving to Austin Peay State University, the F. Evans Harville Quadrangle, known as Harville Quad, will honor the commitment of this distinguished alumnus.
Thank you, Chris. You've heard the explanation from Mr. Phillips. Is there a motion to approve the naming of the F. Evans Harville Quadrangle?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
It is moved and seconded that we approve the naming. Is there any discussion?
Chairman,
Yes.
I'd just like to say I'm so glad that we're doing this. When I saw that this was on the agenda, I just thought that is the least we can do. Evans Harville was a force. When I was a student here and a President's Emerging Leader here, he was always involved. It was known too that if Evans liked you, you were good. If Evans didn't like you, you might be in trouble. And so he just had such a sweet heart, but also a large voice and a huge support. That many of the things that are in Austin Peay today and the student lives that he impacted, what a great legacy. And his wife, Peg, I think that was her name. I think that's right. She was a wonderful artist, still is maybe. And so I just am thrilled. And I can remember him being involved in higher education, Tennessee Board of Regents. I mean, it goes on and on. I've served with him on presidential search committees. And so I just can't think of anybody more deserving than Evans to get this. So I'm glad that we're doing this.
Thank you, Carrie. Anyone else? It's certainly a lovely and proper tribute for a wonderful man. So thank you for bringing that to us. Hearing no further discussion, the question is on the approval of the naming of the F. Evans Harville quadrangle. Secretary, please call the roll.
Trustee Atkins.
Yes.
Trustee Canada.
Yes.
Trustee Jenkins.
Yes.
Trustee Luck.
Yes.
Trustee May.
Yes.
Trustee McKinnis.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee O'Malley.
Yes,
Trustee Wadia.
Yes.
9 yeses.
thank you. The motion carries. Thank you, Chris.
Made it all.
At this time, I'd like to recognize Dr. Carol Clark, Chief Government and Community Relations Officer, to give a report on items of interest coming from the most recent legislative action session of the Tennessee General Assembly. Carol?
Thank you, Chairman O'Malley and trustees. I'm happy to provide very brief highlights of the 2021 legislative action that directly impacts the university. First, we were very pleased actually on President LaCarrie's first day as president to travel to Nashville and have the General Assembly extend the sunset of the Austin Peay State University Board of Trustees for 6 years until June 2027. That is the longest length of time that any of the boards were extended. So that's a big deal. They also confirmed the appointment or reappointment of 3 of our trustees, Trustee Luck, Trustee McKinnis, and Trustee Mueller. This legislative session also resulted in laws that will help some of our students access more scholarships or tuition assistance. Specifically, extending the provisions of the Strong Act to allow members of the Tennessee National Guard and Air Guard to receive tuition reimbursement for certain master's degrees. Previously, they could only use that for bachelor's degrees. And increasing the dollar amount of dual enrollment scholarships to provide more support for high school students who choose to take college courses while they are still enrolled in college. In his report, President LaCarrie will provide additional information about funding that was approved for Austin Peay projects. And I promised it would be short, so pending any questions, that concludes my report.
Awesome, Carol. Thank you very much. Great job on behalf of the university, by the way, for all the work that you do with our legislators. And it's not easy work sometimes, I know, so well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd now like to re-invite Chris Phillips. He did such a good job the first time. Bring him back. Vice President for Advancement to provide an update on the Division of Advancement. Chris?
Absolutely. Hello again, everybody. Chris Phillips, and I am very pleased this time to be joined by Jenna Holloman, who is the chair of our steering committee for our What If Comprehensive Campaign, and to share with you how the University Advancement Office and Alumni Relations Office and the committee that Jenna has chaired has worked diligently to really raise the bar with engagement. In fact, if you will, our campaign, which we'll talk about here in a second, over the 6 years of the campaign, we've seen giving increase 58% from the start to finish. And just to give you an idea, prior to the campaign launch, the previous 5 years, we averaged around $8 million a year in giving. Over the course of these 6 years, we've seen giving go up to an average of just over $10 million. So the bar has been raised, and many of you here are a big reason why. So I just want to say thank you for that. The major areas of our division made up of very talented individuals. We've got a few slides there. The LaCarries, as you see, got to ride in the car in the parade there. So had a few things, but alumni relations, communications, development, stewardship, advancement services, and annual giving in our foundation, of course, is under our purview. And certainly very proud to get to come in every day and work with very dedicated individuals who put on the hat all day long and all night long, it seems like sometimes, to just share with, as everybody else does. It's just a great day to be a Gov. So I want to thank our team. Alumni relations, you all probably know Nikki Peterson over there. She's been leading the charge for over 12 years, along with Tanya and Janie and Lacey. But one of the things that we found in the past year is there's a great opportunity when you can't engage one-on-one, you got to do it the best way you can. And there was a lot of virtual engagement, as we talked about earlier, but some of the great things that we were able to accomplish through social media, I guess a lot of people came to campus and fell in love. So we had a little Gov Love series, apparently. We also did National Alumni Association Board of Directors spotlights. people helping people. That top right picture there, that's Sean Kelly, former baseball player, class of '06, and also just retired Major League Baseball pitcher. When there were storms in Chattanooga earlier the year, he got his tractor and his family, and they went and helped rebuild that city. And just showing some of the examples of what great things that Austin Peay folks do. We also had a Govs League conversations when the COVID-19 pandemic started. And one of our featured speakers, as you can see, was then Congressman Phil Rowe, who has since retired from that post, but certainly have great alumni. And then another thing that we did to help with the student success initiative last year was From a Gov to a Gov, which were letters where we had alumni and friends mentor our students currently in Austin Peay and those who are thinking about coming to Austin Peay and encouraging them through the pandemic. So we were very excited about that. Our events that we had for alumni relations, you can see Nikki and them were quite busy. We were finally able to go to some in-person events, which we're very excited about. In fact, the homecoming queen there, I think, is our former board trustee student leader, Abby Hogan. And anyway, we had several things. We had a spring homecoming. We had several events that were in person, but very small. And of course, it culminated with the football game against UT Martin, which we won. We had a Greenway celebration, which was the first event Dr. Lakari actually helped us with. We ribbon cut the Greenway over in front of Pace Alumni Center. If you haven't been over there yet, that was a great collaboration with the Community Health Foundation here in town. And then, of course, we had a ribbon cutting over in the Govs Gallery, which is in Business School in Kimbrough. That was donated by Stone, Rudolph, and Henry, and a great students area up on the second floor. If you haven't been there, I would strongly suggest you attend that. And of course, we talked about the underwriters dinner that we had on campus, that we were able to produce the virtual celebration for Candlelight Ball on May 8th, and then the online auction that culminated on the 15th. Communications, obviously, to put all this together, we've got to have a strong team, and we're fortunate to have a person in our office along with a couple of interns that help us through all the different things that we do in communicating to our alumni and friends through social media, press releases, scripts, videos, and of course, web pages. That's kind of the way we live these days. And of course, great one that we had to create this year was the What If campaign webpage that was certainly well received. Okay, that was a little crazy there, but that is actually a great shot of something that happened when we hit Govs Give. For those of you who are familiar with our annual giving campaign, this fifth year, this year was Govs Give. It totaled the most money ever. And when we talk about ever, it was a day, it was 1 day, 9 hours and 27 minutes, which was representative of 1927, the year Austin Peay was founded. And this is an online push that we do to try to create new donors. Get some of the recent grads to start giving, getting their phones out, playing with those. But we had a lot of people get involved. In fact, one of them getting slimed there was Dr. Chandler, who left before he knew the picture was coming up, I guess. But this just shows you why advancement in alumni relations is really thriving right now. It's because of the support, not just of the team and not just of the alumni and the friends, but also of the academic faculty and staff. Those are all deans right there. And the reason why they got slimed is because they challenged the other to up the ante. And each of them surpassed their goal. And included in that was student affairs. Did you get slimed? No, okay. And athletics, and Gerald didn't get slimed either, and neither have I yet. So I'm looking forward to that. But just look at the numbers there, 458,936. That's substantial. That was with just over a day's worth of giving. A lot of lead gifts there, which was phenomenal. Thanks to the What If Comprehensive Campaign Steering Committee who helped there. Online giving the day of was almost $75,000. That's anywhere from a $1 gift to a $10,000 gift. Total donors, 750, 82 total gifts. And the thing that really stood out to me is we had more faculty and staff participation than ever. And that was 15% of our total. So we were of that day. So we're very excited about annual giving and what's happened for Govs Give. And of course, when you create a habit, great things happen. And the good news for us there is that campaign in 5 years has now gone on the $1 million mark. So 5 years ago, we didn't have that money. So that's great. And all of the funds that came in during this campaign went strictly to the funds of excellence, which are discretionary funds for the colleges and for student affairs and athletics. So great things. And we're very excited about what happened with annual giving and continue to do. Development, we've got about 4 or 5 professionals who go out every day, and they really took this pandemic personally. That first number you see there, 21,668.41, that was actually the start market on March 11th, which was the lowest it had been since November 22nd of 2016. And they kept that in mind, and they pushed through. Those who push forward ultimately succeed. Those who take a step back permanently lose ground. That was their mantra. That's what they did. And as you can see, their abiding principles that they use to get out and see people virtually really have paid off for us with one of the best years in fundraising we've ever seen. And I'm not going to read you all those slides, but you certainly can see the principles, but also the contacts. And the bottom line for me is they raised money and they were 315% above the goal. So you can't ask much more than that. Stewardship, obviously something that we work very hard on. One of the big losses for us and for you as donors was the inability for us to provide not 1 year, but 2 years, not just the candlelight ball, but also our annual scholarship donor dinner. So in trying to figure out what to do with that, we surveyed our donors who give to the scholarship program, and they asked us to produce a video, which we did. And you can see there, Dr. Lakari was one of the speakers. I was also on there, but the most important folks on there were the students who received the scholarships and some of the donors who gave them. And that was about a 5 or 6 minute video that we delivered. But the best news is, pending something else going awry, next April, we're going to have the best scholarship donor dinner that you've ever seen. So stay tuned for that. We also had some innovative ways. We had a holiday gift front porch delivery. So we kind of left things on front porches. We had a drive-through set up over there, Don, at the center there with the garages open, and just has really innovative ways to do it. And that just speaks to the staff that we have that are able to pull things like this off. Our foundation, that was one of the responsibilities I took over when President Lakari asked me to lead back in April. I'm very proud of this number. As of March 31st, the value of the foundation's assets, and I was right at just under $50 million. 5 or 6 years ago when I started, we were at 28, 29. So that's a great testament to fundraising, but also to some very strong consulting partners that we work with that have been very aggressive with us and working to invest our funds. It's also Benji Harmon and others that have helped us in the business office to get where we are, but there's still a lot of work to do. And of course, an economy that's really helped us here lately too. So we're excited about the growth, and we have to grow more if we're going to produce more students and scholarships and all the things that we continue to do. The foundation, you can see we've actually really taken the foundation and really put them to work with some subcommittee works, and each of the committees' responsibilities are outlined there for you, but very proud of what they've done. The executive committee, the investment committee, athletics, fund development, creative arts. One of the nice things they're going to do, just to give you a heads up, is the wall between Jenkins Building and the bookstore will be a mural that will be an interactive type space where we hope folks will flock to, just like you've seen in other cities. That will be a Let's Go P theme that we're working on right now. We have the muralist secured, and the best news is it's a student competition. So the students have been solicited for ideas, and they're going to work with us along with our PR office to be able to create this great mural that we hoped will be ready for homecoming of 2021 on October the 9th. So stay tuned as you see things happening over there. It's going to be a very exciting time. And of course, our governor's committee, best practices that really have helped us with gift acceptances and counting principles that we have to have for our campaign. Okay. And then finally, the What If Comprehensive Campaign for Austin P, and certainly not least, it's been a great journey as we have taken a campaign that was probably going to be this long and made it this short, and we changed this and changed that. But leadership from Janelle to President Lakari, Jenna has really made things happen. And I don't want to steal her thunder, but I'd like to welcome Jenna Holloman to the platform and let her speak about the success of the What If campaign. And if you all will, I would really like to give her a round of applause because she's been a phenomenal leader.
Thank you, Chris, Chairman O'Malley, and trustees. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. It is a great pleasure on behalf of the Austin P Comprehensive Campaign Steering Committee to announce that we have surpassed our $65 million goal for the campaign, well ahead, months ahead of schedule. So it is a great joy and privilege and honor to be able to share that news with you. We'll talk a little bit later about what that total is going to be. But you know, the campaign began in 2015 and was initially projected to conclude in 2025. When COVID emerged, The end date was moved up to December 31st of this year. The campaign was publicly launched last November, the 19th of 2020. And then after securing $11.4 million during the 2020 fiscal year, raising, as Chris said, more than $450,000 during Gov's Give, and receiving many other significant gifts and pledges, Austin Peay officially surpassed that campaign goal in April of 2021. This is the most ambitious fundraising effort in the university's 93-year history. What If has been the theme for the campaign. It represents all of the possibilities that are available to the university, its students, faculty, and staff that have been made possible with the help of the generous donors. The campaign donations will benefit various student success initiatives all across the university. And while I can't tell you the final fundraising total right now, we are going to reveal it and announce it next Friday on June 11th during the campaign celebration at the Dunn Center. Also during that day, there'll be a ribbon cutting of the aviation science facility that will take place earlier in that day, when it's 11 o'clock. So we hope that you all are going to join us for those celebrations and help us applaud the success of the campaign and thank those who have made it possible, as well as recognize the future impact that it's going to have on the university and the campus committee. So on this last slide, I believe you'll see my fellow campaign committee members. It has been a privilege to work with each of them to serve Austin Peay, an institution that means so much to our community and to me personally as well. Thank you all very much, and to our committee members as well. And especially to the advancement and alumni staff. They have made this possible. The committee has just been here to support their efforts, but as you can see, their work has been tireless and incredibly successful. So Chris, thank you to you and your team.
Thank you again, Jenna and Chris, for just a terrific job, a great report, but a really terrific job, getting us over that amazing goal in a shorter period of time than expected. So well done. Congratulations. Congratulations too to you, Valencia. I didn't know you were on the committee. So well done. At this time, I'd like to recognize President Licari to give his report and also a report on any interim items.
Thank you, Chairman O'Malley. My first 3 months have been fast-paced, but also fun and productive. Much of my time has been spent introducing myself to various people and organizations, getting tours of operations on campus to get a better sense of some of the opportunities and challenges. And I've spent, and this is really still ongoing, a lot of time listening to constituents. This includes student groups, faculty and staff leaders, external constituents such as the Clarksville and Nashville chambers, the IDB and EDC here, local schools and nonprofit organizations, as well as members of local, state, and federal government. Kirsten and I are also trying to be as visible as possible, attending athletics events, including watching our women's tennis team win the conference championship up in Evansville, academic talks and concerts, other engagements. Kirsten has even been making the rounds, delivering her fresh baked chocolate chip cookies to various campus offices. So if you want some, let me know. I've got 4 early takeaways. First, the faculty and staff are absolutely committed to this university. Second, the students are anxious to get back to normal. Third, community and business leaders are incredibly supportive of Austin Peay and are looking for ways to further develop partnerships. And finally, there's optimism about moving the university forward, both on campus and in the community. I do have a variety of updates, items, and people to celebrate and recognize, and then some thoughts about moving the university forward. Regarding COVID-19, first I want to celebrate this and then hopefully put this topic to rest. We are gathered here in person without masks as campus has reopened to full capacity as it's doing. Yay. Well, really the careful planning and implementation of protocols over the past year, especially the now almost universal access to vaccines, have been the things that have gotten us here. Our vaccination center on campus administered 4,302 doses from March 2nd through May 27th. Congratulations and thank you to all the volunteers involved, the School of Nursing, faculty, and students for administering the vaccinations. I cannot say enough about that center. That was a crucial component of getting campus back to normal, and it played an integral part in moving Montgomery County forward as well. You know, I'm really excited about the fall semester, and I've charged Eric Norman, Vice President for Student Affairs, with planning for a very high level of student engagement and events and activities, and I know he's anxious to get underway as well. You know, in the first week of May, we held 7 commencement ceremonies, 2 of which were devoted to those students who missed out on an in-person ceremony last year. And I'm proud to say that we now have more than 1,000 new alumni. And we granted, as you heard earlier today, Austin Peay's very first doctorate to Sarah Duggar, Dr. Sarah Duggar, who finished her doctorate of education in our educational leadership program, the very first doctorate degree ever granted by this university. We also held Austin Peay's largest commissioning ceremony ever, commissioning 33 ROTC graduates as officers, including 2 who are Ranger qualified and 12 who are already combat veterans. I'm immensely proud of these graduates and of the ROTC program, and so it was an honor to have Chief of Staff of the Army, General James McConville, as the speaker. Yeah. Look for a series of events and opportunities to learn more about the program this year as we are celebrating its 50th year anniversary. Though the institution is not due for reaffirmation with our regional accreditor, the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, until 2024, our formal process has already begun under the leadership of Dr. Maria Cronley. Faculty and staff from across the university have already started to gather evidence to ensure our compliance with standards. The Provost's office has initiated voluntary readiness audits, and all of this work will continue up to our compliance certification, which is due in a couple of years in September 2023. You know, having guided myself through two different institutions through their reaffirmations, I know what it takes, and I'm glad to have such strong leadership in Provost Cronley and her team. Finally, I want to lift up a student. I'll try to do this at every board meeting, as after all, that's what we're here for. During the pandemic, Austin Peay's very first engineering program, our Bachelor of Science in Engineering, turned 3 years old. And one of our students is already putting the program on the map. Jairus Plummer, he helped the young program earn a national reputation by receiving a 2021 Nadine Barlow Undergraduate Research Support Award. This is a national award presented by the Council on Undergraduate Research. And so I think it speaks directly to the kind of environment and opportunities that Austin Peay students have here. Jairus worked with Dr. Roman Holchik on a cutting edge project that examines different responses to thin films, you know, that would hopefully one day make some more durable devices like phones and tablets and things like that. So when we drop them, they don't break. In advancement, we just heard a bunch of very, very exciting news. As you heard, our What If campaign and the Gov's Give Day of Giving were both very successful. Each of the college deans hit their fundraising targets, and so that's why you saw them all getting slimed there. That was fun, and that was courtesy of Austin Peay's own mad scientist, Dr. Brian Gaither. If you haven't met him, he's a real whirlwind of a guy. Our alumni and friends continue to be engaged and supportive because they see worthy causes on campus, and I'm grateful for their investments. And I'm looking forward to celebrating a successful end to the campaign next week. You know, and additionally, our fundraising total for the current fiscal year, so just inside of this fiscal year, has already surpassed $14.4 million, which has only occurred once before in the university's entire history. And so just inside of this fiscal year, we are breaking records. So congratulations to Chris and his team, as well as to all of the college deans, everyone else on this. It really takes university-wide effort and coordination, and that is not easy. And so I'm grateful for Chris's leadership on that. As Dr. Clark indicated, Austin Peay has had a successful legislative session. I'm so thankful for the support of our state delegation and of the state as a whole. Of course, we're very excited about the funding for the Health Professions Building. The selection process for the designer is underway, and so the project is officially moving forward. Funding for capital improvements and repairs in the Sunquist Science Building was also approved. Thank you to those who worked on these proposals. The lists of people are long, and I'm afraid I'm going to leave somebody out. So I'll just say thank you to those from Academic Affairs and from the Finance and Administration Division for their work on the Health Professions Buildings and Sunquist proposals. Thank you to the team in University Advancement as well for working with the Community Health Foundation to secure a grant for the Health Professions Building. You know, I'm also thrilled about the support to launch the Institute for National Security and Military Studies. Our legislative delegation was instrumental in getting this approved. In particular, Deputy Speaker Curtis Johnson and Senator Bill Powers sponsored amendments that added funding for the Institute to the governor's recommended budget. And so their work was instrumental in securing this funding. Representatives Jason Hodges and Jay Reedy also provided sustained support for this institute. And so I'm grateful for all of their work. This is going to be a very, very important initiative for the university going forward. You heard also earlier today from Mitch Robinson, the federal government has provided higher education emergency relief funding. And that's been very instrumental in helping us fill some gaps where the university has lost revenue due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And I really appreciate Mitch's attentiveness and leadership here, as this has been an incredibly complex process to understand how all of these resources can be used. So thank you. On the athletics front, congratulations to the women's tennis and beach volleyball teams, both of which are Ohio Valley Conference champions. The tennis team is a repeat championship, and the beach volleyball squad won the inaugural OVC championship for the sport. So that's pretty cool. I also want to highlight something else that's pretty important coming out of athletics, and that's the fact that our student athletes posted their 8th consecutive semester GPA above a 3.0 with a 3.27 average for the spring semester. So congratulations to the student athletes, coaches, and Gerald Harrison and his entire department. That's important, and that's testament to, I think, the total gov concept that we have in the athletics department, which means we want to win championships in the Ohio Valley, but we also want to win in the classroom and in the community. As you know, I've reorganized the university with the retirement of General Ron Bailey. I promoted Chris Phillips to vice president in charge of the Division of University Advancement. And I moved marketing, communication, and strategic initiatives to Danelle Whiteside's division. This allows Chris and his team to focus on philanthropy, and it takes advantage of the experience of Danelle, and I'm very pleased with the new organization and the work being done. With the departure of General Brower, I hired Major General Walt Lord as the new military advisor. He's had a long and successful military career, which included serving as the commander of the NATO headquarters in Sarajevo. He started on May 10th, but was already very plugged into the community and the university efforts regarding supporting our military affiliated students and our relationship with Fort Campbell. And as I was introducing myself to the community through the chamber and events with Major General McGee, the commander of the 101st, and all these other things, I would always see Walt there too. And I was like, okay, I got to get to know this guy. And so he is obviously already very connected, and I'm excited to have his energy, connections, and experience on the team. So thank you, Walt, for joining us. You already know about Dr. Carol Clark taking on responsibility as board secretary effective tomorrow. And I've also shifted the community relations portion of General Baylor's portfolio to her. So her new title is Chief Government and Community Relations Officer. And I'm grateful for her support in helping ensuring strong links to our external and governmental institutions. Looking forward. So as the board knows, I'm very interested in revising and focusing the university's strategic plan. The current plan was launched 6 years ago, and a reassessment is needed, especially as the landscape for higher education has shifted tremendously during this time. The key for higher ed, and especially institutions like APSU, I think, is to build and engage in talent pipelines, non-traditional students, part-time, online, students, focusing on helping them upskill, retool, earn sub-degree credentials like badges and certificates, and engage in professionally oriented graduate programs. You know, the institution is different too. In the last 6 years, we've launched new academic programs, including a doctoral program. We have a set of innovative and aggressive deans, a senior leadership team that is almost entirely new since the start of the plan. The university at the time as well has changed. It was part of the TBR at the time, so this board did not exist. This revision will thus provide us with an opportunity to solidify purpose, prioritize and focus, recalibrate targets, and strategically commit resources. I convened my leadership team for a day-long retreat a couple of weeks ago to not only begin some team building work, but also to do some work that I call planning to plan. During that session, we laid out a sketch of a timeline that will have us completing work around this time next year. We'll start with some environmental scanning, gather information from constituents regarding the current state of things, including what opportunities and challenges that they think are out there for the university. And this will include an assessment of the university's mission and vision statements, as well as thinking about what I've identified as a kind of a set of large key strategic issues for the university. Strategic enrollment management, so the recruitment of new students, retention and graduation. Vitality, so the brand and reputation of campus, including athletics and advancement in student life. You know, are we known for being successful, energetic, and positive? Academic strength, so the array of academic programs and how well connected they are to workforce development and other external partners. Do we have a strong and healthy faculty? Are the student outcomes and placement rates achieved at the level that we need? Our connection to the military, recruiting additional military affiliated students and promoting their success, ensuring alignment with our academic programs, and ensuring that we've got outreach and research going on, especially with our new institute. You know, a quarter of our students are military affiliated. And so this is a critical element of the university, and it needs to be prominent in our strategic thinking. And then finally, employee success. Are we offering opportunities for professional development? Do we have ideas about how to hang on to our workforce, how to support their development, their career pathways and advancement, the diversity of our workforce, and their compensation and evaluation? So this process will kick off this summer as we set up a steering committee in time for the real planning work to begin when everybody's back on campus in August, start of the academic year. So I'm really excited to begin focusing campus on a set of strategic priorities that will move the university forward. You know, as I told my leadership many times, our job as campus leaders is to not just get through the day or the week or the month. It's really to set the university up for success long into the future, well after we're no longer in these positions. And so that's the goal. Finally, I'd like to say thank you to a few people who have clearly been instrumental to the success of the university. First, General Luck, thank you for your service on the Board of Trustees. I know everybody is going to miss your incisive analysis, your experience, your networks and energy. And I know it was not easy for you to decide to step away from the board as we've talked to each other. But I want to thank you in advance for your willingness to stay connected to the university and to me personally as we move forward to further strengthen the relationship that Austin Peay has with the military. So this really isn't goodbye, but instead a hearty thank you for your service. To Trustee Wadia, the faculty trustee, thank you for your perspective. As I've come on board, I know we've had a few side conversations, and I'll take you up on those opportunities to have a chat as I work my way through. And of course, thank you too for the beautiful piano playing the last couple of times you visited Archwood. You're a master. You're truly excellent, and so this isn't goodbye either, and I look forward to staying in touch as we move the university. So thank you. And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you and goodbye to Dr. McCartney Johnson. She has worked at Austin Peay since she started as a student worker in the provost's office, I think around 2010 or so. She's the consummate professional, and I know she provided invaluable support to the university and more recently to the board, particularly during last year's search process. Her administrative, organizational, and planning skills are indeed legendary. She has professional disposition that is well beyond her years, and any university president would be lucky to have her on the team. I think it speaks well to McCartney's impact on the university that the main reaction on campus, frankly, has been nervousness and concern about what we're going to do in her absence. And then personally, I'm not sure that I would have been able to successfully transition to Austin Peay without her support. Her advice was incredibly helpful. She was a font of knowledge for me during the months leading up to my start. And perhaps more importantly, her patience with me has been most appreciated. I'm sure she rolled her eyes in private, but she never did it in front of me. And so I appreciate that. And I'm sure everyone here has a McCartney story. And I'm sure every one of those stories is full of gratitude. She's modest and humble. So she has been adamant with me and others that she did not want gifts or parties or a big event upon her departure. So instead of all of that, I hope she will permit me to ask everyone here to give her a standing ovation.
We'll visit you, McCartney.
Chairman, this concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Licari. A great report. Thank you very much. And I guess it's been 3 months?
It has.
Sometimes probably seems like 3 years and other times like 3 days, but
Yes.
You're firmly in the saddle and a great report. Thank you very much. I think my concluding couple of lines here are what separates us from McCartney heading to the airport. So I won't belabor this, but he would be the last one to want to have a big fanfare. So that's exactly what we're going to do. McCartney, here's a small token of our appreciation from the board. Just say, similar to Dr. Licari, the presidential search was a big deal for our university, and a lot of us in the room were very intimately involved in that. And I'll always cherish the days, many times, multiple times a day, when I get a call from McCartney and she'd go, "Hi, Chairman O'Malley." You know, it's like maybe the third call that day type of thing. She was President Licari said it best. She's a rock star. She was a big part of our ability to provide a successful presidential search that came up with a couple of great finalists and ended up with President Licari. But I know Danelle has had a great relationship with you too, and has relied a lot on your help and expertise. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And say hi to Dr. White.
I will.
As a reminder, our next regularly scheduled meeting will take place September 17th, 2021. I move that the meeting adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
It is moved and seconded for meeting adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? McCartney, your last chance. The ayes have it and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.